Engllish. This is the weekly highlight news of Radio NUG. I'm James. Here are the news highlights for this week. The Supreme Court of the terrorist military junta auctions off Aung San Suu Kyi's Yangon resident in violations of the law. The acting president of the National Unity Government attends the cabinet meeting of the National Unity Government. The terrorist military junta's forces bombard Sesai Township in southern Shan State with more than 100 bombs, including a 500-pound bomb and other interesting news. These are the weekly news details. The acting president of the National Unity Government, His Excellency Duwa Lashi, officially designated Aung San Suu Kyi's Yangon residence as a cultural heritage site. The Supreme Court of the terrorist military junta violated the law by auctioning off the residence. The Khmer District Court made an order on 25th of January, announcing that the auction will take place in front of the resident on 20th of March 2024. The Supreme Court has determined that Aung San Suu Kyi's Yangon residence would be auctioned for a minimum of $90 million. It has been officially designated as cultural heritage by acting president of National Unity Government, according to Ujioso, the presidential officer's spokesperson on Twitter. Advocate Ujimil also stated on social media that the content of the auction was illegal. He stressed that whenever an immovable property is placed up for auction, the first two parties' clients must be notified. The client may also notify the assignment lawyers. Also check to see if it is confirmed. If the agreement is finalized, both parties should be asked to submit the property's floor price. The price of the closest property must be compared. Both sides have the rights to object to the price. Both parties must have the rights to those rights. Finally, regardless of what happens, the court must intervene to determine the price of the floor in accordance with the law. Aung San Suu Kyi's inheritance was most likely not legally gained at the auction stage. It observed that she wasn't able to meet with her attorney. It was prohibited for her attorney, who was not allowed to visit the office. The acting president of the National Unity Government, His Excellency Duwa Lashi, attended the cabinet meeting of the National Unity Government on 23rd of January. At the meeting, the acting president emphasized the importance of adhering to military ethics and codes of conduct. The acting president also stressed it is critical to adhere to the military ethic and avoid ignoring the military ethics of resistance. The longer the revolutionary journey, the more important revolutionary understanding and political maturity will develop. Only leaders can understand this. It must extend to the people defense organizations on the ground. The acting president further stated that the observance of the military code of conduct applies not only to the People's Defense Forces and other ministerial defense of the National Unity Government, but also to local People's Defense organizations such as the ADF, LPDF. The acting president also informed that in this situation, they are attempting to achieve revolutionary victory, military victory, and political prestige simultaneously. We have seen example of the process of winning militarily but losing politically in previous revolutions in multinational countries. Politics will continue to play an important role as long as we are fighting resistance warfare. Furthermore, we must remember that politics and the revolutionary movement must coexist in an equal and mutually beneficial relationship. Moreover, while it is acceptable to respond in a military manner during the war, he stated clearly that we cannot tolerate what is opposing to military ethics, and if there were violations of military rules, he urged them to impose appropriate punishments in accordance with the law and to take special measures to ensure compliance with the rules. Union Minister for the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of the National Unity Government, Dr. Aung, and Deputy Minister Umo met with the Spring Revolution supporters in Baldwin Park, Los Angeles, United States on 18th of January. At the meeting, A minute's silence was observed to pay respect to those who lost their lives due to torture and brutal killings by the terrorist military dictator, as well as those who had given up, including those with disabilities. Then, the Union Minister and Deputy Minister explained the National Unity Government's implementation tasks, achievements, challenges, and ongoing plans. The Union Minister and Deputy Minister answered the questions that raised the attendance. The Spring Revolution Supporter Board 2024 fundraising calendars published by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of NUG. The Pa'o National Liberation Army (PNLA) announced on 26 January that the terrorist military junta's forces had bombarded Sesai Township, the Pa'o self-administrated zone in southern Shan State, with over 100 bombs, including a 500-pound bomb. The terrorist military junta's forces, jet fighters and Y-12 planes launched over 20 attacks against Sesai Township and 4 villages in the Pa'o area on 25 January. During the attacks, the terrorist military junta's forces dropped more than 100 bombs, including 500-pound bomb. The attack caused significant damage to the homes and belongings of the Pa'o population. According to military analysts, the attacks may have been carried out by the terrorist military junta in response to the PNLA and its allies attacking the terrorist military junta camps in Sesai Township. The Pa'o National Liberation Army (PNLA) announced that it will take strong punishment against individuals who violate the law by destroying people's property in the Pa'o region. ISP Myanmar reported on 28 January that only 8.3% of political prisoners were released from 14 amnesty cases between February 2021 and the first week of January 2024. The terrorist military junta announced 14 amnesties and released 92,560 prisoners. Just 8.3% of the released prisoners were political prisoners, namely 7,659 in total. There are still at least 90,911 political prisoners in prisons for not accepting and against the military coup, and at least 8,474 have been sentenced to prison terms ranging from 1 year to the death penalty. These are the weekly highlight news of Radio NUG. We will present more interesting weekly local news to you. Thanks for joining our news.